very lovely minstrelsy by my friends here on the Weekend Show. A very good morning to viewers all across the world. Welcome to your Poetic Interlude on the Weekend Show. My name is Emeka Uzurumba, and one of my pieces titled The Massacre Campaign Strategy. Someone overloaded a truck with hostages and called it a campaign. In fact, an election campaign strategy. He ordered that political thugs go into an unfenced and unprotected children's school to kidnap the children, and he uses this as his campaign strategy 1. His campaign strategy 2 and 3 are not far-fetched. Someone went into a holy sepulchre and tabernacle for public worship and set it ablaze, with the worshippers in the ashram becoming literal living sacrifices onto the altar of their faith. But Greed was dismayed that greed had become draconian and had made partial contact with sensibility, how to have brutish megalomania absurdity. But that swims so well with the ugly state of destitutism, colloquial and colossal. And the third strategy that involves the killings and kidnappings of the innocent are a horrible campaign strategy, causing people to bleed for the cause of a petty satiride in the carbon chain of corruption for governmental offices. And oppressions are carried out. But are these not testimonials to the attrition that bit the lip and bled the tongue in a sonorous a cappella, where true democracy bleeds, where the will of the people were heaped in a rubble and incinerated with bad governance, as the key lavatory plague of iotas, discreet or non-discreet, descriptive or non-descripent? And why must the innocent suffer at the gruesome campaign of people like Pallas Athena and create mortal bodies lying lost in the sand, exasperated of all breath, and now classified among the dead, who undead have become mascots of their current doom and annihilation? But he has his specialized truck pushers, the ones that follow his ambitions with the tallow of selfishness and greed, of hopelessness and irreversible, irretractable destructibility. It's only a horrible campaign strategy to imprison people to ransom others to vote for you. It's only a heartless form of thoughtlessness that will make you slay the ones and destroy the ones you claim to want to encroach out of poverty and hunger. Which of the dead remains will you aid? Is it the gossamer of fear encapsulated in your brutality? It was hard to fathom what you were really about. But democracy is not about abducting people and creating civil unrest. Democracy is about the dialogue for the progress of our togetherness as a people, than a sedimentary and sedentary rouge avalanche. And immutable too is this: when we concede the thinker of truth and abandon the sound thought in wisdom, in peace and unity, in love and growth. These are horrific campaigns against humanity, but accommodated in our society today. And sometimes the concessions of their terrorism can force you to concede to defeat, though you have legitimate claims by the mandate of the people. My second poem is titled Differentials. Can we now assert into our cognate to give distinctive differentiation between what a country must do to grow and what a country must do to retard? Both are there for the choosing, but it's always better to choose a growing society to a redundant one. Just as it is good to choose life over death, it's just as it is good to choose developing your country than leaving it destabilized and degraded. There are people-driven policies that can tremendously affect the growth positively of any nation, and such economic drivers are job creation. The more lack of jobs are tolerated, crime and criminality are the next instinctive dispositions of humans in order to source for a means of livelihood. Another key driver to a key social economy is industrialization, being able to produce marketable products for exports to other countries than relying fully on importation. This is an integral model of securing a state and building assurance for a generation yet unborn. This progeny will have stabilized system of social security where their needs are prepared for. And we need not be told embezzling money to be used to create industries will cause poverty, hunger, and lack amongst the people. People there will have no avenue to forage for their immediacy of needs as human beings, which are feeding, shelter, clothing, trading, amongst others. Resorting to beasts can the masses become when they are deprived of their social welfare. Differentiation between a working society and a handicapped society are very clear. Structuralisms that ensure free and fair elections must be promoted. Things that foster nationality and coherence of patriotism must be encouraged. Those that destroy our progress as a people must not be tolerated. If we want for ourselves a secure state, a society free of bandits and terrorists, a society where the leaders deliver on their promises to developing their nation, the right road might seem longer, but is much more better. Following the right road leads to sustainable development and starts a source of wealth creation and secures the lives and property of the citizens so that the future of the younger generation will never be molested. My lovely audience, I've just read you 2 of my poems. I hope you have enjoyed it. I want to shout out to my lovely producers that are not here. To my lovely producer, Sasu, who is not here, my lovely producer, Andy Madiki, to Emmanuel Balogun, Didi, all my friends here at The Weekend Show. Don't go anywhere and stay tuned because we have more coming up for you on The Weekend Show.